My guest today on Dolphin Tales is Sam Brimhall, who joins me from the women's golf team. And it's exciting, not only because it's golf season again, you guys are playing this week, and I appreciate you taking the time to join me.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Well, first, let's just go back and knock the bad stuff out of the way. Let's go way
All
back to
right,
the
we
beginning.
we gotta
And this
do it.
boy, we're closing in on a year ago now, which is hard to believe. But
Yes.
there in March, the season comes to a halt. The school year comes to a pseudo halt. Everybody's sent home. What did it
hmm
look like from your perspective? I mean, you're a Florida native, so you didn't have far to go, but just to
hmm
have the school year kind of turned upside down a little bit, and then of course your season right when it was really picking up and getting into gear come to
hmm
a grinding halt. What was that like for you?
So that was interesting. We're in the middle of the season. I think it was just after spring break. So me and Hannah Berman were, on campus in our apartment and just grinding out the rest of spring break. And next thing we know, we start hearing about like coronavirus and we're kind of laughing about it, like, what is this? And then next thing we know, we're both at Hannah's parents' house in Jacksonville and our season's canceled. There's a pandemic. We're in quarantine and we're scared to leave our house.
Yeah.
So it was really surreal and it didn't feel real. So having all that come to a halt, it was an interesting feeling, but also I feel pretty grateful because a lot of people have been impacted by this. And if anything, I feel like I was in a good situation where I was with people that cared about me. I had a place to go, a safe place to go.
Yeah.
And I was actually still able to play golf because the golf courses stayed open. So I feel really grateful.
I forgot you went and you stayed with the Bermans for a while there till the end of the semester.
I
Is that right?
did. Yeah, I did. Me and Hannah were doing virtual school at the Berman's house, and it kind of felt like we were living the same day over and over again, but it was
Groundhog
fun.
Day, definitely. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, that's cool, and just the fact that like I know for so many people it was whether they may have been home, right, and then just weren't able to
hmm
come back, and then it's
Yeah.
you don't get the chance to say goodbye to teammates or coaches and friends and things of that nature. I mean, you had a chance to be with one of your closest friends on the team
hmm
for several weeks and months, and of course her career at the collegiate level comes to a close. But it had to be special to
hmm
have that extra time with her when a lot of other people didn't get that.
Absolutely. I felt again very grateful to have that time with her and kind of help her through that time of, college career is gone, you're graduating.
Yeah.
So being there for her and doing that together, that was a great experience.
How often did you play golf when the season ended? Did you take any time to kind of process, or were you right back out there? Because golf is one of the things that it felt like stayed open the whole time, right?
Right. So we took a little bit of time off to kind of just go back home, get settled back into the semester. But then we quickly found out that there's actually nothing else to do. So me
Yeah.
and Hannah, we would do class in the morning, and we kind of be like ticking down the hours until noon when we can escape and like leave outside and go see people from a distance.
hmm
So golf actually became something. It was like really fun. Like this is like our like social hour. We can go out and see people and have fresh air. So yeah, we started practicing almost maybe a couple weeks after.
Where'd you play at most often?
We practice out at TPC most often because
Okay. Yeah.
Hannah's parents live in Ponte Vedra.
And just I mean, what an awesome situation that is with JU and the relationship down
hmm
there at TPC
Absolutely.
Sawgrass. Well, I mean, not too
Yeah.
many people can sit there and say that they're playing down at TPC during much of
Yeah.
quarantine. But okay,
Yep.
let's fast forward to the summertime.
hmm
What did your summer look like this year?
So I actually worked this summer. I had a chance to work with Pacesetter Technology. They're a golf industry. They make apps for golf courses. They're based out of Ponte Vedra, and so I was actually able to go intern with them for the summer, and that was interesting because I took some time off of golf, hit the brakes of that a little bit, and kind of switched my focus towards working and building relationships and kind of having more of a business mindset. And that was interesting, but I miss golfing every day.
Yeah.
I was like, man, I really took it for advantage, before. But that's kind of what my summer looked like. I worked.
Was that a good opportunity for you to get some experience in the field that you eventually want to get into?
Absolutely. I think if anything, it solidified that I want to work in the golf industry. Um, it was cool because Pacesetter's clients, they're all these high end golf courses, and it's kind of neat to see the back end of it with that client, interpersonal relationships with the golf courses and
Hmm.
whatnot. So that was a really unique experience, and definitely solidified that I want to be in the golf industry.
And what better place than maybe the state of Florida for that? I mean, golf
Yes. Yeah.
courses all over the place. The PGA Tour headquarters down in
Hmm.
Ponte Vedra. I mean, that's awesome, and I'm glad that you were able
Yeah.
to find something really there that feels like it may click for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, so you get back to campus in the fall. You're now the most veteran member of this team,
Yeah.
and do the your fellow teammates, they call you mom? I mean, what's
They
the
do. Yeah.
okay?
I'm mother Samantha, mom, mama.
So how? I mean, it seems like you seem to enjoy that kind of role of being
Yeah.
kind of the leader, the kind of the motherly figure, if you will.
Yeah, I think so for sure. I enjoy it as much as I, kind of get annoyed every now and then. And I feel like, don't talk to me, like mom needs her time. I absolutely love it. I'm grateful that these girls, are so open to, being so close with me like that. It's great.
The fall, it would no competition, which is different. Obviously, for those that are unaware, I guess I shouldn't say obviously, the golf season at the collegiate level is kind of split into fall and spring. The main part of the season's in the spring, but you all still have events that take place in the fall. So, what
Yep.
were you able to go out and compete amongst each other? Have different type of competitions to maintain that level of competition without being able to travel around and play in events?
Yep. So I think Coach Dugan did a really good job of trying to keep that competitive spirit. We had several rounds of qualifying. So several rounds where we went on the golf course, we kept score all the way through, and these scores are going to be counted towards the following semester when Catherine has to make decisions based on who's going to go to tournaments and who's not.
Mm-hmm.
Also, some of us also had the opportunity to go play in a couple events that were outside of school. So a few of us went and did that, and that was really fun. But it's tough kind of trying to keep that competitive spirit alive, when you don't have a lot of events to look forward to.
Now, you guys got a little creative. I don't know how competitive it got, but there was a pumpkin decorating contest at one point around Halloween, and maybe
Yes.
some other ways to fulfill those competitive drives.
Oh, absolutely. I think our team loves a good little bit of competition. We're all nice to each other and everything, but deep down, I think we all just kind of like want to beat each other a little bit. So,
Mm-hmm.
oh yeah, pumpkin carving. We play a lot of board games and stuff like that. So definitely, we're all a little bit competitive, whether we like to admit it or not.
Nice. Go to board games. What are you guys playing?
We've been playing a lot of Clue, which
I
is
love Clue.
fun. I love Clue as well. I always have like I always like make notes on my little score sheet, and everybody's always like, "What do you mark down?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm not gonna let you in on the insider secret. I never win though. I'm terrible at Clue."
Really? You've got a way to you're taking extra notes and you can't even win?
No, I've never won, but I like to think it's an intimidation factor, so that's what I go for. Maybe one of these days I'll do it. We also play a lot of Uno as well.
Oh, that's another fun one. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Clue is that's one where over I played it so much over the years to where I can there's like tells, right? Like you can kind of read
Hmm.
people and things like that,
Yes.
and if you pay attention, then you can pick up extra things that you're not asking. But I don't know
Yeah.
if I'm shattering people's worldviews of the game by enlightening them to that,
It's
but
right. It's like not that hard.
no, it's not. It's a kid's game at the end of the day, but fun
Yeah.
ones, yeah. This it's unique in a team, right? A team that is like golf. You all are six people and a coach. I mean,
Yep.
it's not. We're not talking about the size of rowing or lacrosse or some baseball,
Yeah.
softball. These bigger rosters. So you
Hmm.
all are you all intimately know each other. If you're
Yes.
not getting along with each other that day, it probably
It's
is way
pretty
more
obvious.
noticeable.
Yeah.
So how do you manage that?
So it is a unique experience where we have a very intimate setting with our team. When one girl's sad, we can pick up on that. When one girl's happy, we can pick up on that. So it's great because we're like a little family. We're all like little sisters together. But it can be hard sometimes because if you see that someone's having a bad day, it definitely affects the whole team. So I think it's important that all of us try our best to come every day with a positive attitude. And I mean, I'm not perfect. I kind of practice, moody sometimes too. So, but it is a unique experience when there's just 6 of us.
Also unique to college golf, and it's this way in high school too, but it's a team sport, but it's really an individual sport, but you're applying this team aspect to it. How unique is that to sit there and be cheering on others in a game that is really designed to be you,
Individual.
the ball, and the whole kind of deal?
It's fun, but it is kind of different. So it's interesting because when we go practice and play, we're always saying, "Hey, good shot! You did that great. Love to see that." But at the end of the day, you want to beat everybody. So
Yeah.
it's fun to be able to cheer on other people, but also at the end of the day, you're cheering on yourself the most. So it is kind of a different experience. And people ask that question all the time, like, how does that really work? Do you guys, play for your individual score? Do you play for a team score? And it's like, well, we do both. So it's kind of different that way.
What was it like for you? You came in from a junior college, having spent 2 years there before joining JU's team. What was that transition like for you?
That transition for me, that was really cool. Going to Seminole is like exactly what I needed at the time. Coach Tino, she's going to be a lifelong person in my life. She's the head coach over at Seminole. She runs such a great program. And I think when I was there, she really made me fall in love with the game again. I was deciding whether I wanted to continue playing, and she definitely left a mark on me and made me realize that this is something I want to do for the long haul. So transitioning to JU is kind of a different experience. I went from this program that has very little money, very little resources, very small athletic department, to JU that has so many student athletes, a lot more resources. We play at TPC. So I felt like I really earned it. I feel like when I came in, I had a 360 perspective of going from the school that has 3 sports teams to now JU. So it was really a cool experience.
How did you get started in your golf career?
So my dad ultimately taught me how to play golf. He was a weekend golfer growing up, so I'd go with him out on the course. But when I decided that I wanted to play golf, when my sister actually played high school golf, it was just she's an all-around athlete. She played a lot of different sports, but golf was something that she decided to pick up on. And I saw her doing it, and I'm like, oh, I want to give that a try. And I started hitting balls every day at the range, and I'm like, I kind of like this. This is addicting. I want to see that ball go in the air again. And now, hey, it's like 11 years later.
I would say it's stuck then.
Yeah, it stuck a little bit.
That's awesome. And it is a sport that what is unique about it is you can start young and you can play when you're old. I mean, there's almost
it's a lifelong sport.
Yeah. There obviously there are some things that can impact that, but there's not many sports that really you can play almost your entire life, which is neat.
Yeah. Yep.
All right. Looking ahead now, you're getting going here. Here it is. Finally, the season upon us. The women's golf team headed up to South Carolina to compete in the Battle at Old South, which is a unique match play event. And for you all, I mean, what is it? Is it anticipation? Are there maybe even nerves? I mean, how are you all feeling? How are you specifically feeling heading into your first event in almost a year?
Yeah. So I think that we're ready to let the gate open and run out. I think we're all just really ready to get back into that tournament mentality. But I would definitely say there's some nerves. We're all just kind of like, I guess we'll go out there and kind of see how it goes. But ultimately, I mean, all of us have been putting in so much work, and it's been a long time coming. So I think all of us are just anxious to get out there and show off, show off all the hard work that we've been doing. So
I know it's a ways away. I mean, we're talking about a couple of months, but you didn't have a chance to compete in that kind of end goal, the ASUN tournament, with a chance to maybe earn a berth beyond that into the NCAAs. I mean, where are you? How are you approaching kind of the goals of this season? What you're trying to, maybe benchmarks you're trying to hit as you build toward playing your best golf at the end of the year?
So at the beginning of the season, we all write down a couple different goals. We write down individual team goals, and then we hand them to the coach, and then we talk about them. And I mean, ultimately, we want to win conference. And I've never been before, so that's a really exciting opportunity to really just go out there and show off. But it is a little bit far away. It's kind of like, all right, let's get through this first tournament. But at the end of the day, we want to win conference. So that will always be the goal.
Well, I certainly hope that you guys are able to get it done this year. I'm just hoping mostly that we get to see some consistency in the season this year, after that was unceremoniously ripped away last year. But man, what a time. It's exciting to see that.
What a time.
I know. That might be the understatement of the century.
No kidding.
But it's great to see that you guys are getting a chance to head back on the road, playing an event, and kind of get this ball rolling again, back into a season and a little bit of normalcy there.
Absolutely. We're all ready to just feel like ourselves again, and that's being competitive golfers. So
that's great. Well, Sam Brimhall, thank you so much for joining me here on Dolphin Tales.
Thanks, Scott.